Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about The Mandalorian Season 2, uh, episode 6, Chapter 14. I think it's Chapter 14. Look, let's get right into it. The episode is called The Tragedy, and holy shit, man, this episode was fantastic once again. Just as a follow up from last week's episode, wow. This episode literally had me on the edge of my seat, and I'll tell you why just in a few seconds. First, let's start how this episode opened up. We start off with the Mando going to this planet with the baby Grogu, who in the last episode, Ahsoka Tano told Din to take the child, baby Grogu, and put him on a rock at a old Jedi temple where something will happen and maybe a Jedi will come. And a lot of people were expecting a Jedi. My prediction was that it was going to be Luke. Some people predicted Ezra. Some people predicted the kid from the game. What is it called? Cal Kestis. And who was it? First of all, if you haven't seen the episode, get the hell out of here now. Come back after you watch the episode, and then you can hear me talk spoilers, because this episode was crazy. So now that that's said and done, basically no Jedi shows up. I'm gonna tell you who shows up though, because once he gets to this planet, he lands. The title card of the episode shows up. It's called The Tragedy. And as soon as I see that title, I'm like, oh no, what tragedy are we talking about here? Are we talking about this tragedy between the kid and his like, are we going to see the flashbacks to the Jedi Temple from when, he was just a little boy, or I guess he still is a little boy. But the point is, I thought maybe they were going to show Order 66 again, but from his point of view through flashbacks. I thought, are we going to see a tragedy involving the kid in this episode? Which, yeah, that's kind of what happens. This episode had me a little worried at what was going to happen to this kid. Because if they killed him, that would be ballsy. And I think this show was going to show me how ballsy they can be. Maybe. We'll see how the last two episodes show. But I like the way this episode really went down. So when he puts the kid on the rock, something happens. Like a beam of light starts going, and it looks like he's like in a meditative state, baby Grogu. And Din is like watching out, and he sees a ship coming from the atmosphere coming down to the planet. And if you've seen the ship, it looks very familiar to hardcore Star Wars fans. It's Slave One, the ship that Boba Fett uses, right? That's his ship. And so it comes down, and we're like, oh shit. Now, I'm going to be honest. I did something that I shouldn't have this morning. When I woke up this morning, I went on Twitter and I saw Boba Fett trending. So when I saw the ship, I was like, okay, I know who this is. But my history with Boba Fett is like this. I never read the books or the comics or the video games or whatever. I've only seen the shows and the movies. So Rebels, Star Wars, Clone Wars, and all the films, right? So that's my Star Wars. To me, none of those things have showed me how badass of a character Boba Fett can be. And my brother has always insisted that he is one of his favorite characters. My middle-aged brother, he is a huge Boba Fett fan. And I've been wanting these shows and these movies to show me how much of a badass Boba Fett can be. I really like Jango Fett, but I wouldn't say he's like my ultimate favorite character. This episode showed me what a badass Boba Fett is. So when Din Djarin, he goes and meets, he runs into Boba Fett. They have a little scuffle, and then we find out that Fennec Shan, played by Ming Na Wen, she has returned from her, the episode with the gunslinger, the Han Solo wannabe. She survived, and she says that Boba Fett saved him and showed him the place where he healed her up. And she has the baby locked down on her gun, while Boba Fett is staring at him, and look, he just wants his suit back. You know, the suit that was taken from him. And we learned in this episode, me and my brother have had multiple conversations whether or not Boba Fett is a Mandalorian or not. And I said, no, I think I heard that he isn't. And he persists that no, he is. In the comics, there's like things that hint that he was like, someone taken in by them or something like that. And yeah, we find out that yes, Jango Fett was in fact a Mandalorian, and that he did fight in the wars with the Mandalorians at one point in time, and that the suit that Boba Fett is wearing is his father's, so it was passed down to him as a generational thing. So yes, that kind of confirms. I can't wait for my brother to check this episode out because he is gonna love hearing that part where Jango Fett is a Mandalorian, and that makes Boba Fett a Mandalorian now too. One that went off and did their own things, but still, it counts. So going from that point, another ship enters the picture, comes to the planet, and my first thought was that it was going to be one of the Jedi, one of the Jedi being speculated. But this is where the twist happens. We aren't going to see no Jedi in this episode because it is the Stormtroopers. That's right, Moff Gideon has tracked, he used his tracking device, and he has followed the Mandalorian to this planet, to this location, and he is making his attack now. All out attack because another ship comes later, and this is where the badassness of this episode truly takes place, because we see not only the Mando kicking some ass while baby Grogu is stuck up on there meditating, getting whatever information he needs. We don't even know what the baby, Grogu seen or said or anything. That's all a mystery to us right now. But it looks like they all team up. And when Boba Fett starts fighting, holy shit, it is awesome, man. Some of the best action sequences in this episode. By the way, directed by Robert Rodriguez, who obviously I think he has a history of directing plenty of action films. So, yeah, wow. I can't wait for my brother to check this out because he's going to lose his mind seeing how badass this character is. And then after that, when we think, okay, it seems like they're doing a good job at handling these stormtroopers, Moff Gideon sends out these droids, these robotic dark troopers. What they hinted at in the last episode that we saw Moff Gideon in. And he sends them down, they can fly, and holy shit, they capture the child and take him away. And I thought, no, they're not gonna take it. They're not gonna end the episode like this, are they? And holy shit, yes, they get away with the child at hand. And what are they gonna do now? Boba Fett tries to lock in on them, but when Din says don't hurt the child, he doesn't. He doesn't take his shot, but he sees that it's the Empire. The Empire are back. They are coming back in full throttle. They have like a starship up there, and he can't believe it. So we are then left with Din looking at all the mess that the Empire had made left behind, and he finds his spear. He finds the little ball that Grogu likes to play with. And he found something else, I think, but I don't remember now. But yeah, okay, so it seems like all hope is lost. But Boba and Fennec, they both tell Mando that their services are going to be with Mando right now, and they are going to help him get back the child. And that is awesome. I can't wait to see more of this team up and more of Boba Fett, because now I want to see, okay, what else can you give me with this character? Before anybody says anything, I do want to say, yes, Tamora Morrison was great in this episode. I met Tamora Morrison in person a couple years back in 2007 or 2010, I think. I think it was 2007. It was at Celebration 4. I've been there. And I got to meet Tamora Morrison and Daniel Logan, who played the young Boba Fett in the prequel films. And he was such a cool guy, man. And to get to see him in this episode putting on the suit of Boba Fett after playing Jango Fett, it was really cool because of course he had a little bit of a belly going on here, but you know what? Who cares? Who cares? It was cool. He was badass, and that's all that matters. Um, so then we get back to Moff Gideon, and he is torturing the kid. Well, first it looks like he had some stormtroopers in there watching the kid, but then Grogu like uses the Force and like whams them the two stormtroopers together. But then we can tell, okay, Gideon is scary because I don't like the way he's teasing this child with the dark saber and everything. And he gets one of the stormtroopers to put the kid to sleep because Gideon sees how weakened the kid is by using the Force, and we've noticed that before too. But to see him zap the kid and put him to sleep was like, man, I can't wait till this guy gets the teeth knocked out of him, man. Um, so then, what's happening with Mando? Well, he goes to Navarro, and it looks like he asks Cara Dune for help. He meets Cara Dune, and he says, "Look, I'm gonna need to break out this guy from prison." Bill Barr's character. The remember the episode where he had to team up with like four other bounty hunters to break out this other to break out someone from from a rebel prison. He has to break out now Bill Barr because he's trying to put this team together to save this kid, and he's gonna need Bill Barr's help to. I forgot what his character's name is, but he's gonna need his help to get the kid out. With the help of Boba Fett and Fennec, and maybe even Cara Dune. Maybe Cara Dune and Grief will join in on the mission as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Some people are speculating that Bo-Katan will probably join too, and the last time we saw Bo-Katan, it wouldn't surprise me if she shows up, especially since she is also looking for Moff Gideon. So it would make perfect sense that that she would probably join in on this final fight. There's like 2 more episodes left, guys, so anything is possible. I think we're going to get a huge battle going on in the next 2 episodes. It could be a side mission in the next one since they have to break someone out of prison. But just like this episode, they could do it right away. That's probably why they already set it up at the end here to just get right in on the action. Get him out and then go fly off to find the kid. So yes, what a fantastic episode. Wow, this show is getting better and better. I can already say, I think I said it last week, but I'll say it again. Season 2, to me, has surpassed Season 1 on every level. It's been an awesome season so far, and we're not even done. I have no theories on what's going to happen. Are we still going to see a Jedi before the end of it? I don't think so anymore. I think if we did, it would have been in this episode. But then again, you'll never know. Maybe a Jedi did sense Grogu right now, and maybe by the end, maybe the finale will give us a Jedi that will meet up with Din Djarin somehow and say, hey, I sensed this kid and that's why I'm here. Maybe they'll even have a Jedi helping them in the next episode or in the last one. Who knows? Wow. Okay, so guys, comment below and tell me your thoughts on this episode. I thought it was awesome, and I'd be shocked to find out if anybody was disappointed. Are you someone like me that was never into Boba Fett, that didn't think he was all that, and now you are won over by Boba Fett, thinking, wow, he was really badass? He's still not my favorite character. I need to know more about the character before he can be one of my favorites. But I will say he did put an impression on me, and now that Boba Fett miniseries that's being worked on, I can't wait to see that. So with that being said, guys, I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care.